Hi everybody, Adam here. Welcome back. Today we are opening up an Elite Trainer box for the brand new Pokémon TCG expansion Scarlet and Violet 151. Really excited about this expansion. A lot of old favorites that we should be able to collect in this particular expansion. And, really cool concept that we'll talk more about as we dig into the contents of the Elite Trainer box. But, first off, just from looking at the outside here, I have to say, really loving the artwork on the front of the expansion here. I think it's really cool to have these colored, outline versions of all the Pokemon that we have come to love and appreciate as we collect them. I think it's a neat concept and great to have that around the exterior edge of the box there. And then a really nice image of Snorlax on there as well. So, a good sign from an art perspective. I think this is a great way to decorate a box and an expansion like this. And looking forward to seeing how that translates into the sleeves and the box artwork for the Elite Trainer box. But, also just really looking forward to seeing what Pokemon we're able to get inside here from our first booster packs from this expansion. And, Elite Trainer box is always a great way to kickstart collecting for a particular expansion. So let's dive in and see what we get inside this Elite Trainer box for Scarlet and Violet 151. So first off, we're going to take a look at the artwork for the Elite Trainer box. As I mentioned on the front of the packaging, was really happy with the outlined versions of all the different Pokemon and, the great Snorlax artwork. And happy to see that that continues throughout the entire Elite Trainer box. A lot of great stuff to look at in here. First off, inside, you'll see we've got that excellent pattern with all the Pokemon there. Continues all throughout that inner part of the Elite Trainer box cover there. And then, we've got our awesome deck box here. Always a big fan of these deck boxes. Great way to store decks and cards. You can store other things in here as well. But, super useful, and, it's amazing when they have excellent artwork like this on the boxes, because it just really turns them into a nice art piece on your shelf when they're storing stuff there. And you can even see on the top here, they've got the silver shiny versions of those Pokemon outlines. So really happy with this box. It's going to be excellent for storing more cards. Now, continuing on through the contents of the Elite Trainer box, we've got an excellent set of card sleeves here, continuing that excellent artwork. And we've got our dividers for the deck box. Really nice to see that excellent artwork continuing on throughout there. We've got our markers there, as well as an awesome set of dice. Really love the different dice that they include with these Elite Trainer boxes. And this one with the clear, larger die, and the smaller ones here with the white and the silvery numbers. Really nice. Quite happy with that. Excellent additions to our dice collection. Then next up, we've got the player guide, which we will look at in more detail in a moment. Always a big fan of these players guides. Great way to learn lots of information and to see just what is available in the new expansion. Next up, we've got a nice stack of energy cards there. And then we've got our promo card here with Snorlax. Awesome artwork on here. Snorlax is an amazing Pokemon. Really happy to have this card in our collection. And, just really impressive work that they've done there with Snorlax. I think it's just a nice scene and excellent artwork for the Pokemon. Now, this Elite Trainer box came with 9 booster packs. And, a big fan, again, of the artwork and how they're working it through all the different elements of this expansion. So, excellent use, I think, of the artwork on the booster pack packaging here. Great to see Mew. Now, looking at the kind of, highlight cards from each of the 9 booster packs, we started off really well here. We got the full art card for Tangela. And, awesome scene there. Love, the 2 Tangelas there, the one swinging up on the branch. Just a nice scene, excellent artwork for both the Pokemon and the environment that it is in there. Next up, we've got the Ditto card. Really cool scene there. It's a full shiny one. Then we've got Magneton, and then our first EX card from this new expansion, Venusaur EX. Love the artwork on there. Great to see the close-up of Venusaur there, which I think is really cool. And you really get the feeling of a 3-dimensional card there with the artwork coming out into the text box area of the card. So really nice touch there. Quite happy to get an EX card right away. Always exciting to see the different EX cards that are available in an expansion, and I'm glad we didn't have to wait too long before getting one. Next up, we've got Rhydon. Now, at this point, was pretty happy with the cards that we were getting. It's nice to get an EX here, and nice to get the full art card. Always a big fan of those, and it's an excellent one to get in the initial pack opening. But nothing had wowed me at this point necessarily, but that all changed in the next set of booster packs that I opened up here. So we've got, an excellent Mewtwo card here. Excellent artwork on there. Awesome looking card. Quite happy with that. But the next card, we got a gold Mew EX card. Amazing. Super happy with this. It was awesome to find this. I think the gold cards in general are awesome. But to be able to get one for Mew EX, super happy. And this is this takes it from, a good start for this expansion into, excellent, stupendous, sort of territory. Really happy with that. Our second EX so far in the expansion, and just, not only an excellent Pokemon, but, just an amazing looking card, and always exciting when you're able to get gold versions of of Pokemon. So super happy with that. Then, we followed that up. Things got more normal again. We have a great looking Charmeleon card. Love the artwork there. And that's a full shiny one. And then the full shiny Hitmonlee. Great dynamic artwork there. Pokemon that, you don't necessarily see a lot of, but I think a cool Pokemon. Great artwork there that they put together for that particular Pokemon. So happy with that. But the real winner here is the gold Mew EX. That really sets us off on a good path for this particular expansion. And happy to get the Venusaur EX and the full art Tangela card as well. And then always exciting to get the promo card. So happy with that Snorlax card as well. Another great full art card. So super happy with the cards that we've managed to get so far. But before we end this video, let's take a quick look through the player's guide and all the great information available in there. So as I mentioned, we're going to take a quick look through the Pokemon TCG Scarlet and Violet 151 Player's Guide. The Player's Guide is one of my favorite parts of each Elite Trainer box. I think it's a nice primer for the new expansion. And, you know, also fun to see the checklist in there, all the different cards that are available within this expansion. So starting off here, you know, it's got the initial sort of hook for the expansion. You're trying to capture / collect every last one of the original 151 Pokemon. And some of these special, you know, sort of focus cards for this particular expansion. We've got Venusaur EX, Charizard EX, and Blastoise EX. Awesome looking artwork there. Excellent Pokemon to try to track down in this new expansion. And I'm pretty happy that we managed to get a Venusaur EX right out of the gate. So great looking Pokemon that we're trying to track down in this new expansion. And, you know, then it goes on to talk about some of the things that are new within the expansion. We've got fossil Pokemon, so showing the different cards and how they evolve. Really cool. Looking forward to seeing what we're able to get from those fossil Pokemon and how we can try to make some interesting little decks around that. But cool to see those available within this expansion. One thing of note, I do have to say I'm not as big a fan of the paper that they used for this particular player's guide. It's definitely a change. It's not the shiny version that they used to have, which, you know, probably better in some ways, but in terms of just the general sort of feel and quality of the player's guide, not a change that I love. Then it's talking about evolutionary illustrations. A wide variety of illustrators and art styles is part of what makes the Pokemon TCG so fun to collect and play. And this expansion offers a twist by showing many Pokemon in the same evolution chain depicted by a single illustrator. It's a cool idea, and definitely love the artwork on some of these Pokemon here. The Vulpix and then the Ninetales EX looks amazing. And then, you know, below there, you can even see the Alakazam EX card there. Just some really cool artwork. And, you know, I'm always a big fan of the artwork that they include on the Pokemon cards, but definitely some really interesting, awesome, different cards here to chase from an art perspective. And then, you know, they're talking about similar but different, the Nidoran and Nidorano, the two Nidorans, I should say, the male and the female version of Nidoran. And, you know, cool to see that they've got that Pokemon in here and the artwork that you get as it goes through its evolutionary steps. Really cool there, the Nidoqueen and Nidoking. Awesome looking artwork on those, especially both of them look really cool. I like the Nidoking just from the background art perspective there. Some cool flames and different things going on there, but a cool concept. Nice to see Nidoran making an appearance again within the Pokemon TCG. I think one thing that I notice with the different paper and the printing on here is that it doesn't do the card art quite as much, you know, or quite as good a justice as it normally would. You lose a little bit of the detail and some of the sheen on that artwork, which, you know, again, not the best choice, I think, but I'm sure they had good reasons for making that change. Then talking about some of the useful abilities, so Spearow and Fearow. With the evolutionary advantage ability, you can evolve Spearow into Fearow during your first turn if you go second. Then you can immediately follow up with Fearow's Beak Catch attack to find any 3 cards from your deck. Really cool attack there with some interesting implications. And so, you know, it's really nice to see things like that highlighted throughout the player guide. Talking about Raichu, Sandshrew, Wigglytuff EX. Thanks to Wigglytuff EX's expanding body, any attached special energy inflates this balloon Pokemon's HP to a whopping 350. A sweet and simple power-up. That's pretty impressive. Always awesome when you can get the HP of a particular Pokemon up to, you know, an extra high number. Then we highlighting Gloom and Vileplume, Dodrio, Mr. Mime. We've got Kabutops and Dragonite. Jet Cruise gives your Pokemon their own free rideshare service, removing all their retreat costs as long as this generous Dragon-type Pokemon is in play. That's a cool option there for you know, for strategies that players might be coming up with. So interested to see what we might be able to do to leverage the Jet Cruise ability for Dragonite. Then it goes on to highlight combos. Another cool thing here. Obviously, lots of strategies that players come up with independently of this, but I think it's neat to get some initial insight into interesting options within the expansion. So here we've got Weezing and Alakazam, and then you've got Electrode with Leftovers and Snorlax. So cool that they include that. Gives you a, you know, like I said, an initial bit of insight and a start on thinking up some interesting decks and options to play within this expansion. And then we've got, oh yes, we've got Zapdos EX with Starmie. And then we've got the Grabber item card with Haunter and Gengar. Trick or Treat trainer cards are at the heart of many powerful decks, and this devious Gengar aims to exploit those strategies. Start off by using Grabber to investigate your opponent's hand. If they have plenty of trainer cards, Gengar can go in for the swift KO with Poltergeist. Otherwise, fall back to evolving and waiting, fall back to evolving and awaiting Ghastly into Haunter, activating Spirit Return and treating your opponent to an additional supporter card. So just interesting thoughts and implications there. And then highlighting the trainer cards in this particular expansion, we've got Big Air Balloon, Cycling Road, Energy Sticker. If you're looking to pick up the pace, slap on an energy sticker to try and fuel up one of your benched Pokemon after the flip of a coin. If you get heads, you'll be able to attach a basic energy card from your discard pile. Perhaps this useful item card would be the perfect accessory to bring on your ride down Cycling Road. Because Cycling Road says strap on your helmet for a quick trip down Cycling Road. Every turn you can discard a basic energy card from your hand to draw a new card. This can be a great effect when you are trying to put the pedal to the metal, whether that's digging deeper into your deck or loading your discard pile with energy cards to empower other effects. Definitely some interesting strategies that can be built out of that. And, you know, then it's on to Erica's Invitation, Protective Goggles, Rigid Band. And then we're into the checklist part of the player's guide. always awesome to be able to see all of the different cards that are contained within the expansion, and just get some insight into some of the things that you might want to chase when you're buying booster packs or other expansion options for the the expansion in question. We won't highlight anything in these first sections here, although I continue to really love that Ninetales EX art. That would definitely be an awesome one to pick up. But while all of these initial cards here are awesome, I always like looking in particular at some of the rarer special art cards that are found at the back of the checklist. So we'll work our way there so we can look at that. Excellent artwork on the Rapidash there. Lots of interesting different cards within the expansion. Lots of cool art styles. Now I think we're getting to some of the extra special cards here. One of our last sections here. Some of the more, call it regular cards, not that they're all regular, but the more common cards, let's say. Love that Zapdos EX card there. Some pretty cool artwork on that. Got the Mew EX there. We've got our trainer cards over here. And then we get to see the full art cards for the expansion. Lots of really nice ones in there. Love that Charmander card. That's definitely one that I would like to try to get while we're collecting things from this expansion. And the Charmeleon one is really nice as well. Impressive work on the water in the Squirtle and Wartortle cards there. Love, the water looks very realistic there. They've done an excellent job of that. So just a lot of awesome different cards and artwork, which is always interesting as you go through trying to collect all these different versions of these cards. Then we already saw the Venusaur EX, Charizard EX, and Blastoise EX. Really nicely done there. Another excellent Ninetales EX there. And then looking into the last few cards here. Really great full art looking cards, or full art cards here. Big fan of that Charizard EX. Great to see, Pokemon up in the sky there. Great scenery on the ground, but an excellent job on all of the sky background there as well. And then, here on this last page, you can see the Mew EX gold card that we managed to get there. Really happy about that. Looks so amazing. Definitely a great way to start off an expansion by getting one of those gold cards. And then when we go to the back here, we can see the different promo cards. Bulbasaur, Charmander, and Squirtle there from the poster collection. Zapdos EX, Alakazam EX. The Snorlax that we got inside the Elite Trainer box here. And then an excellent Mewtwo and Mew EX cards there. Really happy with that. Looks awesome. Would be amazing to get those as well. So, lots of cool stuff within this particular expansion. I think that we've had an excellent start here. We've got a couple of EXs, a nice full art card. Really happy with that. and looking forward to continuing to open up some booster packs and other box sets from this new Scarlet and Violet 151 expansion. Now, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please make sure to do so that you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And thank you very much for watching. We will see you again soon. Take care. Bye.